All right. So here are the plays that I have so far. Like these are all new. When I say so far, I mean throughout the week, right? But yeah, these are all brand new. Tony said, "What up, crew?" Tony, good to see you. Long time no see, bro. Great job as always. All right. So these are the plays that we're going to introduce for week 2, and then we're going to go through every game. And props are still being put up. So, I could get what I could get right now. But we'll talk about ways to look at the game in terms of that. So when they pop up, you'll be ready to go. So let's jump into it here. All right. Bills, money line, 49ers, money line, plus 100. We'll talk about these games here in just a second. Chargers, money line, Cardinals, money line, plus 105. Talk about these in a second. Bengals, money line, Cowboys, money line, plus 122. Talk about these in a second. All right. Now, first one here Titans, plus 5.5. All right. So last week, we introduced the theory on the Rams. I'll tell you what, let's just do this. I'm going to read the picks and then let's just go through the games. All right. The analysis will be better than breaking it up and doing two. Titans plus 5.5. Matthew Stafford to throw a pick plus 100. Tua Tagovailoa to throw a pick minus 120. Daniel Jones to throw a pick plus 115. Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rush attempts plus 105. Patrick Mahomes to throw a pick minus 105. All right, so we'll get these back up. Whoa. Slow down, AB. All right. Yeah. So let me put these up. All right. We see them. We'll come back to them. Do not worry. Okay. I assure you, we'll get back to it. But it's a lot cleaner. We do it this way. Dude, Chicago Pat, $4.99 super sticker, cash international basketball, total 143 on Finland, Georgia. Live bet, Slovenia plus 165, underdog 45-51, Slovenia over Germany. Dude, Pat, well done. Thank you. And thank you. Man, for real. Appreciate you. Scott said, best crew in the game. I agree. Jared's going Nick Pavetta over 6.5 strikeouts, minus 109. Big Brian saying, good afternoon, crew. What up, big dog? Good to see you, bro. Okay. All right. So those are the picks, and we'll talk about them as we go. And in fact, let me pull them up on my phone just so I've got them handy. Y'all laughing at that Bibbo XXX. Oh, y'all never cease to make me laugh. Okay. So, all right. Let's jump into it. Thursday night. Commanders, Packers. Man, is this going to be one hell of a game? I don't have any plays on this as of yet. Nothing we're introducing on the show because I need more time. But Scott said, got to run. Thanks for everything. Scott, thank you, brother. Reed said, if you could play it, the alternate on Mahomes rush attempts plus 180 at over at bet 365 AB. Hey, appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, and anybody, please drop those in. Hey, and if you guys could, real quick, if you don't mind, if you could hit the like button, that would be fantastic. I won't ask you for anything else, but if you're watching on your phone, just grab the screen, pull it down, hit like, pop it back up. I would appreciate that very, very much. Thank you. And all right, so Commanders and the Packers. All right, so again, I don't have a play on this yet. We will, and we'll be live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, an hour beforehand, breaking it all down. I assure you, do not worry about any of that. But yeah, Tizzle, I agree. I'm the same here. I'm scared to pick a side as well, whether the spread or the total. Packers, damn, they look good. But so the Commanders. And what do you do with that total? 48.5? I mean, that's what, 7 touchdowns? 4 and 3. Do we think the winner scores 4 touchdowns, the loser scores 3, and all extra points? Like, I mean, both of these teams are lethal. The Packers, I mean, they dismantled Detroit. Pat said, I don't want to say it, but I really like the Packers. Packers. Hey, I mean, for real, like, They dismantled Detroit on both sides. It's going to be a well-coached game. I mean, hell, Matt LaFleur, he came from the Washington system before he came to Tennessee as the offensive coordinator, and then he went to Green Bay as head coach. DQ. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any plays on this. I'll say this. I don't know what rushing attempts are. I didn't have them up. Like my books didn't have them yet. But, I mean, both Jaden Daniels and Jordan Love are going to move. Like, this game's going to feature everything. Like, I lean to the over. And don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong at all. Like, there's going to be great defense on both sides, but I think both these offenses are so damn dynamic. Both of them. They're so good. Matty boy, LaFleur was with us when we were the Redskins. Been a minute. Yep, absolutely, man. Dude, you guys had all the young studs over there. Yeah, I like LaFleur a whole lot. I mean, I like both of these. I like both of these coaches. Like, this is gonna be. Let me just say this. This is gonna be one of the better Thursday night games that we get all year. Remember how Thursday night games can go. So we'll talk more about it. But yeah, I mean, keep dropping in what you guys see in this game. Big Michael Jenkins, my boy, say you guys are great, so funny. Hey man, appreciate you, man. Big Mike, for real, man. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, bro. Matty boy, yep. McVay, McDaniel, KOC, and LaFleur. All sub. You did. You guys were in on all of them. All of them. Yeah, no doubt, man. Big respect on that. Super deep coaching staff. Yeah, I know. Crazy. So we'll talk more about this on Thursday. But again, at first glance, I expect points. Again, there's going to be good defense. Man, both quarterbacks' interceptions are very much in play, but touchdowns are in play. Like, this is going to be a fun prop game and one of the better prop games that we get on a Thursday. Weather looks good in Green Bay, 66 degrees. You can see it in the top right there. You'll see it on all the slides. Great weather. Like, it's going to be awesome. So we'll talk more about that one. Yeah, Z Money. I'm really excited for that game too. Should be a tough fight, but I'll be missing it. Daughter turns 5. I'm calling for a sports hiatus. Enjoy the no-fly zone, though, crew. Z Money, you're making the right call. Absolutely. Dude, and tell your daughter we all said happy birthday. Give her a big hug from all of us. Oh, man. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome, man. And be with her, no doubt. That's so cool, bro. And tell us how it went, man. This is, Tizzle, props game for sure. No doubt. No doubt. Tony, I feel you. 48.5. Like, I didn't pull the trigger on it yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of points, man. 7 touchdowns, 7 extra points, And if you start getting bogged down, remember, here's another thing too. And while this is just in my brain, remember that, like, yeah, obviously field goals don't help when playing overs, but let me tell you why. It's not that, hey, field goal only 3 points. I mean, yeah, it's the reason, but the reason is that it just it takes so much time, right? And to get 7 points, I mean, 2 field goals and all that time spent on those drives. And it still doesn't equal 6 and an extra point. You know what I mean? So be careful of that. When you start, if you look at a game and you start seeing, and in your head, like, when you just look right on ESPN or wherever, and you see the game, and like you just take a second and you just think, right? If you start seeing games in these first couple of weeks that you immediately start going to special teams, to field goals. I'm not saying like if you're playing one kicker over 1.5, but like if you're thinking like, oh, this game, like I'm going to play the over 3.5 for both teams, both kickers, right? look at unders because if you are correct in those field goals, you'll eat an entire quarter in 3 field goal drives, right? So yeah, just keep that with you. Again, I mean, you guys already know that, but I just say it, you know, because I love. Matt said Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Jesus, is he okay? My God. Oh, well, I hope he's all right, man. Let's see. Damn. Kevin, Krosky Merritt over 9.5 rush attempts is available on Bet365. I love it. Yeah, there's going to be running the football. Like, it's going to be a balance game for sure. Joe, don't watch the video. I'm not. I don't. Oh, I hope he's okay, man. Damn. Yeah, over 9.5 rush attempts. Video looks bad. Damn. Yeah, I feel you on the rush attempts. I do. All right, let's jump. Jaguars are the Bengals. There's a good transition. Look. So with Bengals, with Tigers, don't approach them near their cubs. Look, the Bengals week after week after week, and they already know this, and they didn't face it in week 1, but it's going to step up. That the Bengals don't have a defense. Like they're okay, but when they start getting against these teams that can score, what I mean is it's going to be shootout time. Like you remember the Bengals games last year? I mean, they had to score 30 plus points every game. They had to do it every game. So I don't know if they go into full 40-point mode here, but you're going to see the offense turning it up. All right, because Joe Burrow knows, and they paid all the money for all of those wide receivers, and rightfully so. I'm not saying like negative against their moves. What I'm saying is that they invested all their team money into the offense, and they're going to be utilizing it. So when you see totals of 48.5, now with the Jaguars, man, you want to talk about a team that can have long, sustained drives to nowhere? That's the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, they've got pieces too. I mean, they're 1-0, right? But here's the problem. And I can tell you this from personal experience. I've bet Trevor Lawrence interceptions for years. And he doesn't throw a lot of them. He's a pretty accurate quarterback at times. But he doesn't turn the ball over a lot, at least in terms of interceptions. Now, he will on fumbles. So if you're looking at playing any type of special teams, turnover type props, but again, here's the problem. Who's coming after him? Right? So I don't know. And I'm saying I don't know to speak honestly because it's week 2, right? I mean, we've got a touch of a glimpse here of teams, but what you saw in week 1, don't think that that's going to be everywhere in week 2. Some teams will look good again. Some teams will look terrible. And some teams will look terrible and then look terrible again, right? So, yeah, just look at your matchups here. But the Bengals here, like I think that they handled their business, and we have the Bengals transitioning into the next game. Remember, we have the Bengals money line and we have the Cowboys money line. All right, those two together at plus 122. Okay, so the Giants and the Cowboys. All right, the Cowboys are 5.5-point favorites at home, a total of 44.5. Okay, so what do we do with both of these teams? I don't know what to do with Russell Wilson specifically. Like, I've got a pretty good the Cowboys, number one, I mean, they almost won that game. Number two, I mean, the Cowboys played fine. Like, I have nothing negative. Um, the Giants, I'm interested when Jameis Winston starts getting some package plays. This is a big one. And I'll tell you what, I mean, we're playing the Cowboys money line parlayed with the Bengals money line plus 122. Like I like the Bengals to win at home, I like the Cowboys to win at home. I'm not playing a spread. I'm not playing 5.5 because I don't know what to do with the Cowboys defense. But there's also a chance that the Cowboys are going to score points is the thing. I don't know how many points the Giants are going to score. And Russell Wilson to throw a pick is pretty solid. I mean, Dak to throw a pick, we play that almost every week, right? But yeah, Cowboys team totals are going to be good here. I mean, you got a total of 44.5 low. Jared said, I could see Jackson Dart or Jameis Winston get a chance sooner than later. Me too, right? Like we already heard before week one, getting leaked out that the Giants already have packages for Jackson Dart. If Russ comes out here and looks slow and old, and look, I also want to say this. I am not speaking ill of Russ. He's busting his ass. He's just at the end of his career. I mean, and he's not one that would doubt that either, right? Like you're gonna get the effort. You're gonna get that from Russ, and respect on him for it, right? He's not just there to get a check. But there's a lot of people around the Giants and the coaching staff. Like they don't have a lot of time to screw around. And here's the problem. In life, like when things get exposed, it's usually at the worst time. And the Cowboys are coming off a loss, but they're feeling themselves. And it's been a loud offseason. And Micah Parsons has got what I'm getting at is that the Cowboys might want a few more touchdown celebration style games. Hawk, he's not there to get a check because Denver's covering that for him. Also, good point. But no, I mean Jackson Dart time is coming. It is. I mean, Jameis, like that's what I'm saying, and it's not gonna be like an immediate, like you're done. I don't think. Like you give that courtesy and respect to Russ, but he also knows too. Russ knows. Like I'm very positive that the coaching staff, laid it out beforehand. That fellas, hope everybody's renting except Jackson Dart, myself included. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of moving parts around here. So, yeah, I'm gonna roll no spreads because look, the Bengals, that 3.5, that hook, dude, that's a real hook, and that 5.5, that's a hook too. And I don't mean hook in terms of like the sports betting term because I mean obviously it is a hook, but what I'm saying is, buddy, in hooking you start bleeding. So I'm not gonna mess with those spreads. All right, Bears and the Lions. What do we do here? Lions 5.5-point favorite, a total of 47.5. Both of these teams coming off losses, and both of these teams coming off division losses, playing a divisional game for the second week in a row. So that's a lot of NFC North action right out of the gate. And I mean, look, you're getting it in the NFC East too. Giants and the Cowboys, they just did the same. So 5.5 points, total of 47.5. The name of the game here is, and Chris Collinsworth said it best in the preseason. The last name that anyone in Detroit wants to be hearing about is Ben Johnson. Because that means that things aren't going well here. And buddy, at the Hall of Fame game, we put some signals up. A little warning signal, like, uh-oh. Evened out a little bit, got a little bad again. Didn't know week 1 that was bad. The alarms are going. Signaling. Now, I'm also not saying that it's beyond repair, because that's also not true. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. The Lions could come out and dominate. And I don't mean that a shot at the Bears. I mean that the Lions could do that to anyone. So we don't know. But what we do know, I was making sure to see if we had any plays in this game. Yeah, we don't. What we do know is that you don't want to start a season 0-2, and you damn sure don't want to start a season 0-2 in the division. You see what I'm saying? But both teams are facing it. So rocking a hard place. Something's got to move. What I mean to say is that this game could be close. But what I worry about is that you have risk here. These are cornered animals. And yes, their mascots are animals, but in the proverbial sense, they don't want to start 0-2. And then I haven't even begun to break down that the problem in Detroit is because the guy that's the head coach of the Bears is there. Both sides do not want to lose to each other. Now, understand this. When I say that, I don't mean that as these dudes hate each other. No, they don't. There's massive respect and love, right? Like, I'm not speaking on that level. But what I am speaking of is that for your own fan base, for your own brand, for your own culture, locker room, all of that, everyone knows what time it is. So, notice the Bears' first drive, that scripted drive we were talking about that they were going to do. Expect that. Expect that to get mirrored. And expect both of these teams to go all out offensively. I like the over 47.5 in this game. If you want to play this from a team total perspective, I don't hate it on both sides. I do not. Because trust me, the Bears are going to score points. Now, the Lions might score a billion points, and I don't mean that again against the Bears. They could do that to anyone coming into it. I would expect I would expect that there was an all hands and a come to Jesus meeting that's already happened this week in Detroit. I effing assure you, knowing Dan Campbell, I assure you, right? Like, he is definitely somebody, like, you know what time it is. This is, let me say this, and we'll move on to the next game because I don't mean to take forever on each game, but I just like talking ball. Bears fans, understand what I'm going to say. I'd really like to win this game for Chicago. This is a must-win game for Detroit. I'm telling you. It is. I'm not saying anybody's getting fired, clearly. Not. We're not going down that. But I'm telling you, This is a must-win game for Detroit. Because if they lose this one, and especially if Chicago runs it up their tailpipe, which could also happen because they're a cornered animal too. And their head coach damn sure wants to win this game. This game is on paper, like looking at it like on your phone or whatever, it's not going to seem like all these things are on the line until you just sit and think and you're like, oh God, like this whole thing is so intertwined. Tim, I could talk for 3 days and not say it better than this. Losing this game is how rumors start. Bingo. That's exactly right. That is exactly it. Dude, well done. That's exactly it. I'm telling you, this is a game that Chicago would really like to win. This is a game that Detroit has to win by any means. And let me tell you, that offensive coordinator, there's support there. Dan Campbell's a very supportive guy, and it's only one game. But I can assure you on that too. Like, you know, this is when the house guest stays for the third consecutive week. Start to notice things. You know what I mean? The way someone parks their car, the exact time that somebody walks in. Like, and that offensive coordinator, I bet he hasn't left the facility all week. I wouldn't. This is a must-win game for Detroit. I'm just telling you, it's an absolute must-win game. Like, and I don't mean that against the Bears. It's nothing negative. I love everything they're doing. I can't wait to watch it. But there's a lot. There's a lot of problems that could happen in Detroit. So, all right, let's jump to the next one. Rams and the Titans. All right, so we're on the Titans plus 5.5. All right, so this game is in Nashville Sunday. These times are Central. I'm in Nashville, so 12 Central. Rams 1 Eastern. Yeah, and Jason, yeah, that doesn't mean I'm saying that the Lions will win the game. They just have to win the game. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Bears are a corner team too, man. All right, so the Rams and the Titans. So, okay, Rams are 5.5 point favorite on the road, total of 41.5. All right, going into week 1, we gave the game plan on the Rams. And I think that it played out pretty damn close. That Matthew Stafford hadn't practiced, hadn't played all preseason. And we love Matthew. Look, I love Matthew Stafford, love Sean McVay. Those dudes, OGs. But back injury is a back injury. You deal with it. You don't get better, right? You just manage the pain and the limberness. So we talked about it like golf. You remember when you haven't played golf in a long time? You go play? You actually play pretty well, surprisingly, because you're not thinking about it. And you don't have any expectations. Now, Stafford played good. Like, all things considered, he played well. They won the game. Like, you know, they had to do what they had to do. And Sean McVay's one god dang good football coach. Man, that young dude is old school mentality. I have so much respect for that guy. He could find ways to win games however the hell they need to do it. But here's the deal. That second time you go play golf, doesn't work out well. Now, again, I'm not playing the Titans to win, right? I didn't play them on the money line. But Rams minus 5.5 at a total of 41.5. All right. The Titans defense isn't bad. Now, we're also playing Matthew Stafford to throw an interception in this game. We get it at plus 100. So Cam Ward, excuse me, Cam Ward to throw a pick in this one. Yeah, like I'd play it too, but it's minus 190, right? So it's not playable. So I'm not picking on Matthew Stafford. I just can't play Cam Ward because the Rams, hold on. Because the Rams defense is legit. And Sean McVay. Now, here's another part of this. All right, so we're playing the Titans plus 5.5, and we're playing Stafford to throw a pick independently of each other. Austin said, "What up? Better late than never, right?" Man, of course, big bro. Good to see you, man. Here's the other thing. Take a look at that time. 12 p.m. That's Central, Nashville time. That's 10 a.m. for the Rams players. After traveling 2,800 miles. And it's going to be hot. It says 88. It'll feel like 95. I be careful with the Titans. You want to talk about a team that's building. So, I mean, I'm taking a shot on this one, but there's an opportunity the Titans win this game. I would also say look at the under, but 41.5. I mean, my God. I mean, dude, it's getting low enough. Somebody else can play that. But I'm going to play the Titans plus 5.5. Home, dog, NFL, more than 3.5 points. Like, this could be a pretty low-scoring game. And don't sleep on Cam Ward. His home debut, this will mean something to him, man. You only get one chance to have that first home one. Yeah. I'm rolling Titans plus 5.5, and I'm gonna roll with Stafford to throw a pick. Tim said, "I see tight defense, a lot of Adams receptions, and a gritty Tennessee team keeping it close." Agreed. Like the big problem against Denver is they had 13 friggin' penalties, but we spoke about that. That was a nightmare. But you notice Denver didn't score a lot. Like I'm telling you, the Titans defense is better than people think. But here's the other thing too. The Titans, if anybody's brand new, we've talked about this for the last couple of weeks, basically the last month leading into the NFL season. The Titans are going to be a very secret, low-key under team. I'm just telling you. There are going to be games where the Titans, like they had a top 5 defense last year, right? Like they've got some pieces, man. I don't know if they're going to be that good, but they're good. And what I'm saying is they can muddy up games. And trust me, the Rams can muddy up games too. Like this could be. I mean, I'm not saying points don't happen, but this could be 3 yards at a time. Let's not screw up. And field goals in this game are really going to be big. All right, moving along. Patriots and the Dolphins here. Do we have anything on this one? No, we don't. Patriots 0-1, Dolphins 0-1. Patriots lost to the Raiders. Good Raiders team. Like the Raiders having Geno, having Pete Carroll, having Tom Brady, like those people just having been there for the last 5 months or whatever is already paying dividends. Right? Like those are professional people. They're fun, but they take their job seriously. And that was a big win on the road, across the country. Mike Vrabel's going to have these boys ready to go. And here's the thing. When I say ready to go, I mean mentally and prepared-wise, they'll be there. Do they have the talent? And what I'm getting at is that I have no idea what to do with the Miami Dolphins. I have no clue. There was no team, honestly, that looked more quote unquote embarrassed, right, in week 1. Now, I don't say that as a shot at the Colts. It definitely not Daniel Jones. He played his ass off. But the way that the Dolphins season ended last year, horribly, and then all offseason, everyone knows what the problem was, and it got worse. You want to talk about a must-win game. If the Dolphins get whooped here. Now, I'm going to tell you another thing interesting about this. You want a little inside secret? McDaniel, the coach of the Dolphins, you know who his best friend is? His best friend in the league, Mike Vrabel. They're boys. Ultra tight. Now, does that mean anything for the game? No. But, I mean, this is unbelievably a must-win for my. I don't know if anybody has more of a must-win. I mean, something. This is a game that's dangerous. That's why I'm not on it with anything yet. We will be, but Miami's either going to come out and whoop up on the Patriots, or they will fold and give up. There's no in between. There's no in between. And I don't know which one it's going to be. Let me say this. I'm leaning towards it ain't going to be good. Because you had 7 months to fix the problem. You going to fix it now in 6 days? I don't think so. That locker room feels shot. Oh, wait, we do have a play in this game. We got Tua to throw a pick. Apologies. We got Tua Tagovailoa to throw an interception at minus 120. But, and if you're going to play Tua to throw a pick, I would get on it because it is moving already. But, yeah, dude, like, the Patriots lost, but they're not in bad spirits. And I'll say this, too. Let me say, you know where Mike Vrabel is great as a coach? I mean, he's got faults for sure, but where he's great is that he understands players mentally better than anyone because he's them. And I know that there are a lot of dudes who played, but I'm talking about, like, he's a big name. You know what I'm saying? Like, it goes a long way. Like, one, if you were a player, but two, if you were a stud player with rings and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he has a way of just bringing people in, like, positively. Like, Vrabel will get on your ass, but he's also a very, like, pro dude. You like, he ain't gonna get on you just to get on you. Hell, come over, let the air out of your tires a prank with Taylor Lewan. You know what I mean? Like, the Patriots in good shape. They're gonna come into this one battle ready. I don't know if the Dolphins are. Like, I have no idea what to do. But I'm telling you, the Dolphins will either light the Patriots up or they'll get whooped. And Vrabel won't stop. He did it to Belichick. Like, he'll do it. Because business is business. Sorry. But yeah, there you go. Total of 42.5. So you're seeing a low one there. All right, moving on. 49ers and the Saints. Again, another game with a West Coast team playing early on Sunday. So same thing we talked about with the Rams. We're talking about here with the 49ers. That being said, we have a parlay, the 49ers money line with the Bills money line. That is at plus 100. And let me tell you, the 49ers looked atrocious. Now, I say that in a positive sense, the same way that Kyle Shanahan would. It's like, fellas, that was not it. But they got the win. And they had to earn it. So I'm not saying that they were lazy. I'm just saying that it was just not a good game. Meaning, they probably going to want to come out and have themselves a good game. I bet they had a positive, week of practice still going. But, nothing's easy out there. But I'm taking the 49ers on the money line. Yeah, I mean, Austin said no Purdy, no Jennings. Like, I know. But here's the other side of it. Week 1, the Saints played pretty damn well against the Cardinals. I got to give the Saints credit. They played a lot better than I thought that they would. And Z Money, that game ain't gonna be pretty. I'm thinking the Saints take a step back, and I don't mean to be negative on them. I rock with them. Spencer Rattler's cool. Tyler Shuck's cool. Like Kellen Moore, all of it. Like I'm nothing negative, but I think the 49ers in it, like I'll say this. That under a 42.5 is screaming at me. Screaming. This game could be 13-6. No joke. Like 49ers in road game mode, you already know the defense has been told, hey, if you let up more than 20, we gonna lose. Now, I'm not saying that means they're gonna lose. I would just say that if I were Shanahan saying, fellas, I need you all to have a goal in mind. Need you to keep the other team under 20. And they're good enough to do that. So I'm taking the 49ers on the money line in the parlay with the Bills. Bills are playing the Jets. But yeah, awesome. They have CMC, so there's a chance. I can definitely see regression for the Saints. They can be Kamara versus CMC. Yeah, and I just think that the game plan is going to be the defense. Like San Francisco's such a veteran, like old school mindset team. Like I'm not saying they're old. I'm just saying like they're seasoned in the mind to where you could walk in that locker room as the head coach and you could look at the whole team and say, defense, like, we need you to win this game. And there's no, like, negativity. Like, the offense is saying, yeah, like, we're going to need your help tonight, big time. Like, we're going to try not to screw this up on you. We might have to punt. We're going to leave you in good spots. You know what I mean? Like, they work as a team, as a unit. And, look, NFL teams do. But some better than others. And the 49ers are veteran enough to have those conversations and mean it and understand it and build game plans around it. So same way that we give respect there to Sean McVay of what he did last week. Shanahan can do that too. So yeah, I'm not playing the spread, but I am gonna play the 49ers money line because I also think you know what else they know and what Shanahan knows. And look, Saints, I'm just gonna say it. And look, I'm in Nashville. Hell, I used to work for the Tennessee Titans. Okay, so I will say this. The same way I would say about the Titans, Saints, I'll say the same thing. Our teams are the ones that the 49ers look up and say, we need to get that win. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is. Sorry, fellas. That's why we were drafted at the top. You know what I mean? But we have to be able to say that, and we have to be able to understand that. And I assure you, Kyle Shanahan's this is, I'm not saying must win. It's not in that mode, but you don't want to, you can only afford yourself so many losses. And if you're already dealing with injuries, man, you don't screw around. This game could be super, super low scoring and a lot of running the football and a lot of punts. Punts over 7.5 could be a good one. Tim, I think the Niners D shows up big time. Yep. Oh, they're going to have to. Absolutely. All right, Bills and the Jets. So we got the Bills. We just talked about it in a money line with the 49ers money line at plus 100. Look, I've got big respect for the Jets. Aaron Glenn, I love what he's doing. Did you see cut dude that fumbled? He did that to send a notice to everybody. Ain't nobody safe around here, Hoss. And he played there. I love Aaron Glenn, but here's the deal. They're not there yet. I'm surprised the Bills are only 6.5. Like, that's giving respect to the Jets and the Jets defense, which is legit and deserves respect, right? And I'm not saying the offense doesn't, but yeah, like 6.5. If I were the books, I would have put this at 7.5. Like, I would have made you jump over that 7 if you wanted to play it. You know what I mean? And trust me, the books think like that. Trust me. But yeah, we've got the Bills in a parlay. Josh Allen. him rushing week after week is going to be an adventure because some games he's going to go for like 7, 8, 9, 10 rushes. And there's some games he's only going to go for 2 because they do not want to get him banged up. And especially against a defense like this. Now, if the game is tight, Josh Allen will rush 30 times in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Because it's a divisional game. But what I'm saying is they definitely do want to use that sparingly. So be careful on that. Expect a lot of Jets running the football. Expect a lot of Bills running the football, honestly. Josh Allen for an interception might not be a bad play here. Might not be a bad play at all. All right, Seahawks and the Steelers. All right, Seahawks 0-1, Steelers 1-0. So first off, what stands out? Seahawks traveling across the country. Another West Coast team going all the way to Eastern time. All right, that's a lot of travel, but Seahawks are a professional team. They'll be all right. Coach came for the Ravens. He knows the Steelers. He understands the Steelers. I think the wrong team is favored here. In fact, I want to add that actually now. I'm going to add that. Seahawks plus 2.5. I'm adding it live. Now, no disrespect to the Steelers. They get tons of love. Right? Mike Tomlin's our guy. But they played their asses off in week 1. And I don't know if they do that again. The Seahawks just ran into a buzzsaw. Like, that 0-1 doesn't mean anything to me. I'm rolling Seahawks plus 2.5. Justin, AB, the games you covered so far through noon Eastern, and you can come back to this. What are your 2 favorite spread to tease and parlay together? Look at the tease at 5 points for close to even odds. So, okay, yeah, I can hit this real quick. So, all right, what are your 2 favorite spreads to tease and parlay together? All right, so if we're going through it, we can do it real quick. That game's risky. Teasing the Cowboys down, solid. Teasing the Lions down, but God, that's risky too. I would say the Cowboys. I would say the Titans. Like, if you move the Titans 6 points to what, 11.5? I mean, dropping the Cowboys down, like Cowboys and Titans. That's my answer. Cowboys and Titans. What do you think? And what does everybody think? Like, drop it in. Austin Darnold looked not so great. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some learning curves with everybody that's new somewhere. Now, I'm not saying that. Number one, I'm not saying that you're incorrect. You are very not incorrect. You are very correct there. Yeah, I wasn't disagreeing. I'm just talking. Yeah, I think that he's definitely a progression candidate this week. Like, I trust him. I trust the Seahawks and what they're doing. Jesse, you the man. Thank you. Hey, shoot, thank you. All right, we'll speed this up. I know we've got an hour. TJ, think he's gonna be running scared with that O-line in Seattle all year. Also gonna look like the Jets. Darnold. Yeah, we'll see, man. I mean, that defense is going to show up. All right, so we'll fire through these. Browns and the Ravens. There's not a lot that I have here other than the Ravens are 0-1 and didn't play terrible either, right? They ran into a buzzsaw as well. The Browns 0-1. They played great. You're going to get a lot of love for Joe Flacco from me. For the Browns as a whole, right? But I don't think that the Ravens or the Browns can hang in this one. Hey, I'll say this, Justin, the Ravens are another good one here. You know what? Moving the Ravens down, I might love more than any of them. The Ravens might. And Derrick Henry fumbled. Oh my God. I assure you that Derrick Henry's going to run for 7 trillion yards. Like, that dude has been beating himself up all week. I can 1000% guarantee you that. All Derrick Henry props in this game are very live. Very live. And yeah, Justin, the Ravens, absolutely. Synergy indeed. I completely agree. My favorite as well. All right, moving to afternoon games. Broncos and the Colts. The Peyton Manning Bowl. No. Look, man, the Broncos did not look good in week 1. However, week 1's, man, are survival. And they did. And that's a good win. Any win in the NFL is a good win. Because all these teams are good. The Colts, same deal. The Colts, there might not have been a more outstanding showing, right? You know, there's a handful of teams that just went off, and the Colts are one of them. Got to give them credit, man. That was a big win over Miami. Whether Miami's lost its minds or not, Justin, I would replace the Titans with the Ravens tease. Boom. I completely agree. Completely agree, bro. Let me say this. I really like Denver here. Really like Denver here. I could see the Colts taking a big step back. But, as Tim just asked, Bo Nix, fraud check. Bro, I think that we need to do, look, we need to, okay, we're going to get a credit card sound, and it's going to cha-ching, because I love that term, and that's going to be our deal. There's a fraud check on both sides. Now, we're not going to put the label on those guys, but in general, I get exactly what you're saying, and it makes the conversation easy to have. Like, Bo Nix needs to step it up. 1-0, but that wasn't pretty, and they were at home against the Titans. But I'm telling you, the Titans defense is better than people think. I'm just telling you, man. It's a good defense. Nobody's going to pay attention to the Titans this year, as you shouldn't. But their defense is legit. Is Daniel Jones? Does he fall back to right who he was? Or does he keep balling? I really like points in this game. And I really like Denver team total. Really like Denver team total. Because let me tell you this. There are coaches who stay on your... There are different types of football coaches. There are some that are just positive, don't yell, like Sean McVay. Now, doesn't mean he's always happy, but, you know, he's not cursing you out, just berating everybody constantly, right? But you also have coaches that are doing that. Sean Payton, I guarantee Sean Payton has been on Bo Nix's ass, because Sean Payton is on everyone's ass. Big Zach said, I'm back. Finally got the kids picked up. Got the kids. There we go. Justin, Daniel Jones had a career night. I like to fade him on props for the over adjustment. Absolutely agree. And the other side on Bo Nix, I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos go off. Fast track, Indy. Remember, the Colts last week, celebrating the loss of the year of Jim Irsay, family, dedicating. Like, there's a lot going on, a lot of emotions. And I could definitely see Indy taking a step back, and I could see Denver coming in, kicking that ass. But you know what? I said that about the Dolphins too, and they damn sure didn't. So, I give all the respect to the word of the Colts, man. But, that's why it's a long season, and, we all learn together. Jared, Denver team total is 21.5, minus 115. I don't mind that either, AB. You know what? Put that in for me too. I'm in on that. Give me the Seahawks with the points, and give me Denver team total over 21.5. I'll add it afterward. Tim said, I think The situation is great for Jones. Solid run game, short yards, wideouts. They get separation early. I'm betting Jones can sustain a high for all season. I bet. And they're smart coaches there, right? I mean, ask Nick Sirianni, right? Like they're smart dudes. Um, yeah, that's why like we're gonna learn a lot for both these teams in this game. This is gonna be a fun game on CBS at 305. 305 Central, sorry. All right, I'll speed up. Panthers and the Cardinals. Long trip for Carolina. Carolina looked all right. Um, we're playing Bryce Young to throw. Or no, we don't have Bryce Young to throw a pick. What do we have in this game? Oh, we have the Cardinals in a money line parlay with the Chargers at plus 105. I'll put the picks up here at the end. Not too much that I have on this one. I think the Cardinals take a big step forward. It's a good game to do it at home. Panthers traveling from the East Coast all the way out there. What is that, Mountain Time? So, yeah, I'm big on Arizona. Now, I played the money line in a parlay. I didn't play it 6.5, but Cardinals team total could be a good one here. Remember, the biggest jumps that you have in football, right? Like the game, playing the game, come from week 1 to week 2. Now, I'm not saying that they don't happen throughout the entire season, but your big jumps come from week 1 to week 2. You could clean up a lot quickly, right? The offseason, you don't have anything to gauge on, so you just got 5 months of like, well, I mean, we look good on paper, and the guys were throwing, but after that first game, you could start cleaning things up very quickly, which you probably already knew anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, teams that play bad don't expect all of them to look bad again. They could come out and be very much on fire, right? Sometimes you just got to get one in, right? It's like fighting in high school. Man, you might get whooped in that first one, but just show up, do it, get the experience. Then you're like, oh, I can whoop dude now. Sometimes you got to do it. All right. And that's fighting in high school here on Drive the Light. All right, now. Eagles and Chiefs. Good God, what a game this is. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a Pro Bowler next year, if not this year. And Kyler's going to have his best season today. I agree. I'm big on Arizona in this game. Like, it was a tough game against the Saints. They didn't look great. They didn't look terrible. I mean, they dialed it up when they needed to. And that's the thing with Arizona and with Kyler specifically, is that dude, like, he needs it. Like, they've got so many pieces, man. And I think this team's gonna be good. And remember, I mean, look, 1-0 is 1-0, baby. Don't matter. So, anyways, I think this is a good. Let's get everything in sync game for the Cardinals here. And nothing against the Panthers, but it's just a tough spot. That's a lot of travel, and don't know if you got it in you, fellas. We'll see. Eagles and the Chiefs. My God, what a game here. Replay of the Super Bowl from last year. Eagles 1-0. Chiefs. What about this? The AFC West. Raiders 1. Right? Like, keep going down the list. Broncos 1. Chargers 1. Chiefs 0-1. Now, this is a big game for Kansas City. Because let me tell you, Eagles ain't scared. And you know what? You know what feels good? Here's the scary part. And especially for this locker room. You know what I'm talking about. The Eagles. Like, here's the proverbial question. Would you rather beat your rival at home in front of your fans? Or would you rather beat your rival on the road and shut the hell up to their fans? And the Eagles would answer that question with, man, we'll go to your house. I'm telling you, watch out. You can go ahead and give me the Eagles minus 1.5. I'm adding that in. I'm not ringing the warning alarms in KC, because as long as 15 is there and Andy Reid is there and Spags is there, man, they could take handfuls of us. and win. But, buddy, that offense is small. We broke it down. The Chiefs can't throw deep. They don't have the dudes for it. This is a bad matchup for them. Because here's the problem. The Eagles are like sharks in the water, bro. Take a little bite. Take a little bite. Next thing you know, dude, there's no legs left. And you got to swim. And the Chiefs already can't throw deep. I'm going to say it. And any of my Chiefs friends, I'm sorry. But the Eagles, you will have all of Philadelphia's attention. I assure you, because you're the Chiefs and you are Patrick Mahomes and the Kingdom and Netflix and Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Buddy, they're gonna want more than just that Super Bowl. I'm just telling you, you put me on the Eagles right now. -1.5. This is a bad matchup for Kansas City. If Kansas City gets behind in this game, this is a bad matchup for them. They can't come back. You ain't going to do it throwing 3 yards, Bubba, and running Patrick Mahomes. Give me the Eagles here, -1. And look, I don't say that disrespectfully to the Chiefs, but Hoss, we also got to speak honestly. His Eagles teams, they're a problem. They don't have to throw. And they can. That's the problem. So yeah, man. Give me the Eagles -1.5. We're taking Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rush attempts because he's gonna have to get that at +105 now. I'm just telling you. And if the Chiefs win, you're gonna get the kneel downs. And trust me, Patrick Mahomes is petty enough to say, I'm kneeling it down. I assure you of that too. Now, there's respect there. I'm not saying that this is anything that's like, unsport like this. No, there's bad respect. But you're talking about alpha dudes. And remember this about Jalen Hurts. That dude got benched in the national championship. Now, let me just say, it hadn't done a damn thing to do with this game. But what I'm telling you is Jalen Hurts. Do you see him when he's playing? He has no friends. Now, what I mean by that, obviously he has friends on his team. What I mean by that is that he's Tom Brady, like in terms of the mentality. He's been through shit and doesn't give a shit if you have to go through it now because of him. Does not care. He is equal opportunity whipping your ass. And you know who else is? Saquon Barkley. Look, Chiefs, I'll stop. I've got mad respect. This is a bad matchup. But here's the other thing, though. If you want to bet on the Chiefs, because let me also say, and let me put my big fat face on here, because the Chiefs have made a history of making idiots out of people like me. Okay? By just proving, like, I want to say, like, anything can happen in this game. But if you want to bet on the Chiefs, okay, you're going to have a lot of opportunities. And what I would say is this, is they have to score early. They have to play with a lead. So if you think that the Chiefs win this game, they're play Chiefs team total, play Patrick Mahomes rushing attempts, play Patrick Mahomes passing touchdown, right? Like Travis, like, there's a lot of motivation on that side too. A lot of it. And that's the worst team. So Trust me when I say that the Chiefs could come out here and trounce anybody at any time, anywhere. But man, it is a very slim line of how they do that. And they have to score. They have to score right out of the gate and not stop. Because the Eagles have more weapons, way more. And I say way more as in they have way more than everybody. So, yeah. I mean, it's the ultimate risk reward because the Chiefs, I mean, they've made so many people look like fools, and I would just be another one in a long line. Hell, done it before, right? Like, I don't mean it as disrespectful to the Chiefs, and I'm not saying the Eagles are going to whoop them. There's a 1.5 line for a reason. I'm just saying that it is a tough matchup for Kansas City. Okay. All right. Sunday Night Football, Falcons and the Vikings. All right. The Kirk Cousins war. No. Minnesota want to know what one hell of a win over Chicago. And I had nothing negative to say about Chicago, but great win for JJ McCarthy. Again, I'm going to say you're going to see the Vikings start slow. Might not be that slow, but just, for first couple weeks, right, with JJ McCarthy, expect that. First half unders are going to be a thing. I'm not saying every week, but just pay attention to it. As they, progress, right? Like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be a give and take. So I would expect slow starts. The Falcons, I mean, dude, what a brutal loss for them. But I say brutal in terms of they could be positive coming out of it, right? Like this is going to be an exciting game. If I were betting on it, I would play the second half over. I don't know what the number is, but I would play the second half over in this game. First half, I don't want to play the under, but I do want to play the over in the second half. And then Monday night, we have 2 Monday night games. Bucks of the Texans, Chargers and the Raiders here. All right, Bucks of the Texans first. Buddy, you go see a defensive battle here. But the Bucks going to bring it. Actually, forget that defensive battle. I love the over 42.5. Both these teams going to go. Yeah. Yeah, forget that under. No. This is going to be if you could bet the amount of drives, right, for both teams combined, this would be the one to take the over. Justin, AB, how do you feel about JJ Mike Evans over receiving yards? I feel like he's correction spots. Absolutely agree. Yes, I'm with it. I think they're good props. I think playing the points, yeah. All right, finally, Chargers of the Raiders. Old school hate right here. Old school hate. Oh, man. These two fan bases. Like, they're diehard fans. Oh, dude, I got a lot of love for you. This is old school Southern California. All right. Chargers at the Raiders. Raiders are the Chargers 3. Sorry, let me start over. Chargers at the Raiders. Chargers 3.5-point favorite. A total of 46.5. There we go. Let me tell you. I love the under in this game. AFC West. You want to talk about rivalries. Like, no matter where these teams might reside, they all know each other. Now, the Chargers, you've heard me all summer. All summer. Yell. Stand on the table talking about that the Chargers are they're coming for blood. And, buddy, I think they are. So, we're playing the Chargers money line parlay with the Cardinals money line. Not playing a spread, so understand that. But, yeah, I would look to the under in this game. There's going to be a lot of running the football. Dude, Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of running the football. But it's going to be a great game. Like, I'm not saying that negatively. I'm just saying that clock is just going to be going. Justin, anytime I see the Chargers, no, they usually win by a field goal, lose by a field goal. This line is too sharp for me. Same, bro. The Chargers, I swear to God, have had the same game since 2004. Since we were putting Visante Shenko in fantasy starting lineups with the Vikes, the Chargers have won or lost every game by 3 points. All you knew was that Sunday afternoon, and it didn't even matter the quarterback, whether it was Drew Brees or Phillip Rivers or whoever, Justin Herbert, they got 2 minutes. They're down by 2. All right. I'm sorry. 2 minutes. They're down by 3. And they're at their own 35 driving every Sunday. Every Sunday. And you see that California sun coming down. It looks like it's the Rose Bowl, right? I swear to God, they've had that same game every Sunday since 2004. I swear to God, Justin, you're so right. No, man, since Schottenheimer was out there, bro. Natron means. Anyways, man, yeah, this is gonna be a fun game. The Chargers and the Raiders absolutely effing despise each other, and that makes for great things in the NFL. This is gonna be a fun game. I got a lot of love for both these teams. I got a lot of love. Look, Tom Brady knows it. He sees a Michigan man and Jim Harbaugh out there. Chargers are they're going to be setting some standards, man. Like if they stay healthy, if Justin Herbert stays up, Justin, somebody needs to study the Chargers' knack for a win. Bro, I asked Coach Phil this constantly, and he started laughing. He said, yeah, they're all like that. I said, all of them. I said, how the hell did you do that? I said it's more difficult coaching to do that than win or lose. He said, you got to ask Rivers. Out of love. Like, Phillip Rivers is the man. He's awesome. So Coach Phil's awesome, man. Big coach. Shout out to you, man. All right. So, Chargers and the Raiders. Look, I like the under in this game, 46.5. That clock's going to be moving the whole time, dude. All right. Let me get the picks up here and we'll get out of here, dude. I've taken so much of your time. I'm so sorry. All right. So this is what we're starting off with. Bills money line, 49ers money line, plus 100. Bills are against the Jets. Yeah, plus 100. Chargers money line, Cardinals money line, plus 105. Justin said, I'm cracking up. Me too, bro. You're funny. You're real funny, dude. Bengals money line, Cowboys money line, plus 122. Titans plus 5.5 against the Rams. Matthew Stafford, 1+ interception against the Titans. Tua Tagovailoa, 1+ pick against the Patriots. Daniel Jones, 1+ pick there, plus 115. Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rush attempts at plus 105. And then Patrick Mahomes to throw a pick at minus 105, and that number's going to go. Trust me. It's going to go. Okay. Yeah, we'll go, man. Matty boy, great show, AB. Appreciate you, man. Best of luck, gang. Let's have a night. Let's have a night indeed, man. Justin, great show, AB. Thank you. Full slate breakdown. Absolutely, man. We'll do this every week. Beers. Bingo. I'm about to go do some yard work. We're going to plant this grass. I'll get a little of that Kentucky bluegrass. A little fescue to the rescue. All right. Tim, a lot of fun, man. Yeah, hey, and you guys are the ones that make it, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Cannot thank you all enough. Thank you. All right. We'll be live Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern, normal time. But till then, everybody, best luck. Cash these tickets, and we will see you in the morning. Peace. Who's got it better than us?